been a while. I know I said like a little bit ago that we were going to be posting on Creators in a Box a lot more, but yeah, we never did. So, ready? Creators in a Box video, and it's an actual one where I'm going to be building something. So, I recently got Pokémon Legends Arceus, and I haven't been able to stop playing it. It's like one of my new favorite games. With that, I've also been sort of obsessed with the new Pokéball design. Compared to the older, more plain and simple as it's supposed to be, and the new one, which looks handmade and has so much detail that the original didn't have. So what I'm going to be doing in this video is making the regular Pokéball from that game. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, so I found this great design for a Pokéball on Thingiverse, and I don't know who it's by just off the top of my head, but I will put the link to their Thingiverse page in the description. Now, here I have the bottom half and the top half, and then I have the little latch that goes in the middle. So I printed these with a little bit of like a lip on the bottom for supports, because the hinge sticks out a bit more. So I'm gonna have to cut all the way around here, and then same to the bottom. And then, as you can see, it's also filled with supports that I'm gonna have to take out. So let me go do that real quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now I'm finally done with the Pokéball. I've gone through and taken the pieces, sanded them down, taken out the supports so that they can sit comfortably together. In the back here, the hinges sort of just clasped together, and I stuck a toothpick through them for easy, hinging. Inside that rattle that you hear is the, I want to say latch, that goes on the front. And, except I might have to reprint this part. So going through and looking at it, it should be pretty simple, just like, oh, there, lines up, right? It doesn't. It's too short, so I'm going to have to print a new one of these. Luckily, that part isn't really used until quite a bit later. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this toothpick out, unhook these, take this bottom piece off, and what I'm going to do is tape off, obviously, all the sections that are going to remain black, or at least that dark color. And then for the bottom, I saw this new, not really new, but I saw this tactic for making a wood-like texture on your prints. So what I'm going to do is I got ink, and I got a big-ass paintbrush, and I also have some regular tan-colored paint. So what I'm going to do is paint this more of a birch color, at least the bottom half, more of a birch color, and then with this one I'm going to put the ink on and go over it with a big paintbrush. I'll be back in a sec with the results. Okay, so I just finished painting the bottom here. As you can see here, I tried to go for sort of a wood sort of texture. You can still see the 3D print lines, but with this you can see a lot more of that wood looking style, which is what I sort of went for, was considering in the game it's made out of apricorn. So I did this on the top piece. I'll be making it look sort of like marble, and like I did sort of a messy paint with this one. So I'm going to even go over those black parts and try and make them look a bit more metallic black. Okay, so now that I've gone through and spray painted the top part, I've gone for this sort of shiny pinkish marble effect, and obviously just dealt with overspray. Now I have my two pieces. So if I just latch them together, I sanded them down enough so that they're actually able to stick together. We have something that actually resembles a Pokéball. Next, we have the little clipped piece for that, and that I'm just going to clip here on the front, push it down, and then the holes don't exactly line up on this for it to be able to latch fully, so all I'm going to do is just push it there so that it holds. Next, and this is the last step until I go through and put on the final details for everything. All I've done is just taken a toothpick, cut it down a little bit to size, and so I'm just going to stick it through. So now that Pokeball has a hinge. So now we have our Pokeball, and it actually opens on the hinge, and we can put the hinge back, the lock back on. So what I'm going to go do now is I'm going to go paint on all the little black details for this, and then once I'm finished, I'm going to figure out a way to put this latch on and have it effectively stay on and be able to flip up.
Sounds right.
Okay, so now I've gone through and painted the black parts for these. I've also added detail with a silver Sharpie on the front, and I've also added stuff on the top. I've added a bit more detail than is in the actual Pokeball, but that's just because I thought it would be more fun. So like I added green in there and some silver lining, just like I did for the front as well. So all that's left to do for this, spray it with a clear coat, and then put it all together and glue it. I'm going to leave this so that it's able to open, but I'm not going to be tying the little latch in. I'm not going to be tying it on here. What I'm instead going to do is, because it already pretty much just holds from where it needs to be, all I'm going to do is just push it in like that and leave it just like that. So I'm going to go spray this with a clear coat, and then we're finished.